everyone, it's Stephanie, and today what I'm going to be doing is the first look for the Sun Antoinette's channel, and this is the first theme of the week, which is heat-proof makeup or sweat-proof makeup, however you want to say it, but I'm just going to show you guys how I would approach this look, and yeah, let's get started. So obviously I have no makeup on. I do have a little bit of moisturizer on because I wanted to show you guys the prep that I'm going to do for my foundation, because that is definitely the most important part of beating the heat with makeup. So once you have your moisturizer on, you're going to want to take a foundation primer, and the one that I'm using is by e.l.f. It's their mineral infused primer, and this is just going to kind of give you a smooth surface to work with, and it'll help your foundation last all day. And I just took like about a dime size amount, and I'm just going to put it in the areas where I need the most coverage, and then just kind of spread it to the rest of my face. Now in my moisturizer, I used a moisturizer that has SPF in it, but if you were putting on foundation, you would want to do that before your primer. So once you've done your primer, next you're going to take your foundation, and I'm using the CoverGirl Nature Luxe in number 305 Alabaster, and I'm just going to shake it up a little bit, and I'm going to put it on the back of my hand, about that much. It looks like a lot, but I'm going to be blending it down to my neck, so don't be afraid to overblend. And then taking it on just a makeup cosmetic sponge, you are just going to start applying it to your face. So now that we have applied foundation, I'm going to apply my concealer, and the one that I'm using is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin's Brightening Eye Perfector. This is in the lightest color. It's just a click pen where you see the concealer come out, and then you put it just kind of a little bit here and a little bit there, and then you just blend it out. You can use the sponge or you can even use your finger, but I find it a bit more cleanly to use the sponge. Like that. So since our face is still pretty wet from our foundation, we are going to apply our blush now, because the blush that I'm using is a cream blush, and it is in the color Rosy Glow. It's the Revlon cream blush. It looks like this. And you're just going to apply this with your finger. And cream blush goes on a lot better when you do put it on a wet surface, because it's a lot easier to blend with. Plus, cream blush will also stay all day because you'll be setting it with a powder. Okay, so since pretty much all of our face is prepared, all the wet parts, we're going to use a setting spray, and I'm using Fix Plus by MAC, and this will really help just for your makeup to sit and set for the entire day. There's one, like, I think it's called the All Nighter by Urban Decay. There's one by Skindinavia. Just any kind of facial setting spray will work perfectly for this. So just close your eyes and hold it out a good distance from your face, and then just take a few spritz on your face. Like that. So now, before I set most of my liquid foundation, I'm just going to set my blush first, and I'm going to be using Benefit's Dandelion Blush. just because I find that the color is very similar to the Rosy Glow color. Then I'm going to be taking a bronzer. This is my Rimmel London Natural Bronzer in 22 Sun Bronze. Those of you who have been watching my channel before will know that this is my favorite bronzer ever. And I'm just going to use it to do a slight contour. Like that. So now any other areas that you need to set, just take your usual setting powder. This is the Dream Matte Powder by Maybelline. And I'm just going to take it on a really big brush and just use it to set the rest of my foundation. Like that. Okay, so for beating the heat with your eyes, what you really need to do is just take a primer. Primers are really going to help you keep your makeup on all day long, so it's really important to use an eye primer. And my favorite of all time is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. And I really like the one in Eden, but nothing beats the original. So if you are going to go out and splurge on an eye primer, I do totally recommend the Urban Decay Primer Potions, just because they're creamy, they last all day, they really help boost your color pigmentation. So I think these are really good for just keeping your makeup on all day. So for today's summer look, I'm going to be using the 88 Warm Palette by Coastal Scents. It looks like this. As you can see, it's got a nice variation of neutral colors, and the neutral eye is definitely the one that I go for the most. So just taking a flat shader brush like the one from Sigma, this is the E60 brush, you're just going to dip into a flesh tone color. I'm going to be using this one right in the middle of the palette. And you're just going to use this to set your primer. So just put it all over your lid. Next, take a color that's pretty light. I'm going to be taking the one just a couple away from the last color that we used right here. And I'm going to be taking that as my highlight. So just pop it under your brow bone. And then into your inner corner. Next, on just a good blending brush, this one is by EcoTools, you're going to take just kind of a matte brown color. I'm using this one right here. And you're just going to run this through your crease. Now is when we're kind of start playing with color. My favorite color to work with is purple, because I find that it suits my brownish hazel eyes the most, but you guys can use any color that you find that suits your eye color and substitute that in for the purple. But the first purple that I'm going to take is this sort of purpley shale color right here. And I'm just going to pop that on to the outer part of my eye. Like that. And then I'm going to be taking the color that's right below that. It's a purple color with some gold shimmer in it. And I'm just going to dab it onto the outer corner and bring it into the lid slightly. So then the last color that you're going to want to take is just a sparkly flesh tone color. We're just going to put that across the front of the lid just to keep it a bit light since this is a day look. And then curl your eyelashes and apply mascara. The mascara that I'm going to be using is the 1x1 by Maybelline, and it is in waterproof. It's the darkest black that I could find because that's the only kind of mascara I like to use. And just put it on. So moving on to lips, it's pretty easy. I'm just going to be using a tinted lip balm. This one is by Burt's Bees, and it is in the color Rose. Looks like that. So just apply it like you would any normal chapstick. And it just gives you a nice wash of color. So that is pretty much this entire makeup look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!